It's the Scotty Ray Report, reliable, fast, and true. Headlines, weather, local news, he brings it all to you. From the courthouse to the back roads, he don't miss a thing. Traffic storms, communities on top of everything. Bringing you the news you need at home or on your drive. Listen in, it's Scotty Ray time.
And good morning. A nice, cool 49 outside. I somehow or another have gotten into 87 degrees in our studio. It's warm.
It don't take much. He has it to automatically stay hot.
I don't know how that happened. I was chilly when I got here, and I turned on a little heat, and next thing you know, I was sweating.
Well, that's because everything's shut down. That didn't help. That warmed you up.
I was showing Odie, and you just can't understand it until you see it.
Yeah, I had to. He had to show me.
I carry two different phones. I always have a phone to communicate with and a phone to go live with when I'm wherever, and then I've got a backup of a backup somewhere else too in case both of those were to die. But these two phones have hung around each other so much that if you call this number, this one also rings.
And if you call that number, they both ring.
Now, they're two separate numbers.
I've never, and I wouldn't believe it if I didn't just see it.
It makes no sense, does it?
No.
We're those AT&T people that can explain that. Now, I know they have the same, maybe Apple ID. Does that? But I have no clue.
It might, because I could be on my iPad and somebody text me on phone, and my iPad.
It does that too. I got one of them
that
I can't never find when I slam on brakes.
Well, it says all the way in the front.
I need something to put it in where it doesn't move. But I mean, the least little brake thing, and that thing is gone. I got a computer somewhere too amongst all that stuff.
It's somewhere between the front and the back.
Yeah, it's hard to find sometimes. You just never know what you'll need when you're out and about.
Yeah.
Always fun there. But the problems you have with technology, and the thing was when I come in this morning, everything shut down. It just didn't like it, and I had to wake up Dylan Ray this morning.
Everything decided, hey, we're going to do all updates and wipe everything out.
It wiped it. I mean, like your Google searches that you do every day, gone. Because I always use a map, because I look for things to where they are. There's always some new street that I have never heard of. Where is that at? So there you are there. Good morning to everyone. We do hope everything is going well. A cup phone holder. WeatherTech has a cup phone. Yeah, but I need like a iPhone.
WeatherTech, yeah.
WeatherTech thing. I need it like a iPad
holder.
Yeah, that doesn't jump out the truck. One of those.
Well, I've got that.
Have you mounted that yet?
Yeah.
It does? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, I still need to. Me and you talked about that one time. Things that you use every day up in your car. Sad news as we get into things that are going on around America. And Odie, will start with the one that happened yesterday that just shocked me to no end. I was not expecting him to pass away.
You know, I knew he wasn't doing real good health-wise, but The Grit, what a good movie. Wow. But, man, I tell you, Days of Thunder.
Dove.
Yeah.
Robert Duvall has passed away. And I'm telling you, he was just quite the actor. And tell me if you remember this. The movie that Robert Duvall played into and it was based upon a true story, to where he played that pastor in Louisiana. And I want to say his wife had an affair on him, and he hit the guy with a baseball bat, and they were after him, and he was still a preacher. Do you remember that?
No.
Man, it was good. It was a real good movie. He had passion with every part that he played.
To Kill a Mockingbird. I don't remember him in To Kill a Mockingbird.
I don't remember him in that either. But Robert Duvall, what an actor. He was really good at what he did.
Yeah.
And then this morning, as you were waking up, we would find out that we would lose someone else.
You know, and this guy here, I didn't know his health had declined.
I didn't either. I just pictured him like that.
Yeah. ran for president twice, I believe.
Yeah, he sure did.
Was not born Jesse Jackson. He was born Jesse. Hang on.
Well, I didn't know all that.
Jesse something. What was it? All right, he was in The Disciple, is what they're saying. The name
That's
of that
it.
movie.
The Disciple. Yo, check that out. It's different, but it was a good show.
Jesse Jackson. I'm gonna pull that up.
I don't know anything.
Jesse Jackson's name was.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay. I've never heard that before. But he passed away. He'd been sick for quite some time, apparently. Ran for president twice, as you mentioned there, and was a name that and he paused a lot when he spoke, sort of like Obama does. He would pause, and a lot of people were able, is the word mimic him? Impersonating.
Impersonating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's some movies. Open Range, boy, that was a good one.
Open Range was good.
The Apostle, absolutely good stuff there. I was looking here.
All right, here we go.
Here
he was born Jesse Lewis Burns and was adopted by his stepfather and took his stepfather's name, Jackson.
And how did Odie know that? I have no clue. And you and I have been proven wrong, Odie. Look at this. Sometimes not hard to do, but he was in To Kill a Mockingbird. I had no clue.
Me neither.
None whatsoever. Now let's see. The Detective. He was in Bullet. I didn't realize that. That was that Clint Eastwood movie. MASH. Didn't know he played in that.
I didn't either.
The Godfather, which was a really good one. Joe Kidd. As you go down, look at all these different movies this man was in. It just goes on and on and on of movies that he did. Gone in 60 Seconds. Boy, was that not a good movie.
Oh, boy.
John Q. Man, that was over the top. Did you remember watching that one?
Yeah.
About the heart attack? Gods and Generals. If you never watched that one, that is an extremely good one there. And Jack Reacher, he was in that also. That was a good movie.
Especially when he come and just got out of the car and stood in the crowd.
Yeah. But I really like Robert Duvall in Westerns.
Secondhand Lines. How could we?
I didn't even see that listed here.
Secondhand Lines. It's got to be at the top because that was an awesome movie.
I have to agree with Odie on that. If you put them all in a line, that may be the best. It touched your heart.
Yeah.
It done so much.
And he whooped all of them's tail.
There it is right there. 2003.
Yeah.
And here's the movie we're talking about. Do y'all see that right there? I think we can click on that and it shows it. Yeah. Secondhand Lines. And if you have never in your life watched a movie, this is at the top of our list to go watch this weekend with friends and family. You'll enjoy it. It'll leave you with a smile at the end.
It was before internet, and you had to have people show up to try and sell you stuff. You couldn't go pick it up on a computer.
And I don't remember that little guy's name, but as a little boy, I remember the guy that drove around in the 62 Impala who had the rolling store that would roll up and go, you need gum, you need this, that. He had it all in his car.
Yeah. Charlene, help me out. What was the bubblegum man's name? Drove the station wagon.
Y'all basically had somebody too.
Yeah. Well, we met him, of course. Daddy had bubblegum machines in the Dairy Queen.
Oh, I got you.
So he would come in and fill the thing up. And then, for 25 cents or whatever, you got the little plastic ball that would come out and it had a prize inside.
Remember those days. All the way from Clarkdale, Lindsay is joining us this morning. How are you today?
Foreman.
We're glad to have good morning. Mark, Jackie Clearman also on there. It was the best movie, Kim said.
Man, you've got to go. Even if you've seen it, go watch it again.
There are those movies that when they come on, you watch them over and over and over. Angie said that I'm very predictable on my movie watching. There's just something about it to where I don't want to watch a bad movie. Does that make sense? That I'm hesitant to watch. I'll look at it and go, nah. Yeah, I'll watch the old one.
That doesn't ring a bell. Now, you and Rob were talking, and Rob said that he was watching Homeland for the second time.
Homeland. Homeland.
So I've started watching it. And,
that's Jason.
I've never seen it.
Jason Statham.
No, No, this is
That's Homefront I'm talking about.
Homefront. Homeland there's a guy.
No, that wasn't me he was talking to.
That wasn't you around?
Yeah, I've never heard of Homeland.
All right. Well, there's a guy that was military. He was a Marine. Went over to the desert and was what do you call it? Not kidnapped. What do you call him?
Like proof
prisoner.
of life?
He was a prisoner of war.
Okay.
And they kept him for 8 years, and then he came back and trying to get his life straight and everything else. Well, he had kind of took up their way and was trying to threaten America.
Yeah, not likely a movie I'd want to see.
And it's actually really good. So far.
I'll watch the trailer.
Did you like 24?
I love 24.
Yeah, long. It's that type.
I have to watch the trailer there. See what they got to say.
It was good.
And a good morning to everybody as you're getting up. And I agree,
Michael
Reacher
Muffins from
is over the
Flowood.
top. Reacher is right good. We'll tell you all about.
Oh yeah.
Do y'all realize that Meridian at this point is at one murder for the year? Jackson, Mississippi, as we done the story on this yesterday, is at number 7. This would happen early Monday morning. Here's the chief of police here, and he's talking about it. They're there at an apartment complex. Odie, they showed up. They found a 30-year-old, which they thought was unconscious, laying in the parking lot. As the people got closer, they realized he was deceased.
Wow.
We probably expect the name to be released today with that, as they were pending notification of family yesterday. But 7 so far, and we're at February 17th. 7 lives. Woo! So we'll keep you updated with what goes on in Jackson as well with this.
That's terrible.
High number there.
Yep.
So we'll be right back as we get your day underway.
This is Fat Tuesday.
That's right. This is ending of parades.
Well, yeah. So your parade stopped today. This is when you're supposed to eat all the fat out of your refrigerator and get rid of all that stuff. We got Ash Wednesday tomorrow, and this is where you start your 40 days of Lent before Easter, and you fast and prepare your body. So that's why today you eat all that bad stuff that's in your refrigerator. That's why it's called Fat Tuesday. Yeah, that's what Mardi Gras stands for. Mardi Gras is, I guess, French for Fat Tuesday.
I am still at a loss over this Mardi Gras stuff.
You thought it was just a party. You didn't know it was actually a Christian holiday.
I knew Banker Fleming, and he said it was a party, and he was going to New Orleans, and I trusted Banker Fleming because he left in a hearse with 15 people hanging out the back. That's a party. That's all I know about it.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
As vital as your eyes. You should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Hi folks, Paul Brown with Dixie Buildings. We're here to take care of all your building needs for your personal and your business needs. That includes portable buildings, carports, sheds. Don't forget your hunting camps are coming in. You can start out with our 8x10s. If we cannot haul it, we can build it for you on site. We have 2 locations, one on Highway 19 South and our home office just around the corner on Long Creek Road. Just give us a call at 601-483-4943.
When your windshield cracks, you need someone you can trust. At Advanced Auto Glass by Joey, experience matters. We handle everything from rock chips to full replacements, even power window repair, servicing all vehicle types. Let us keep you safe and back on the road. We are local, proud to serve you with honest, reliable service. Call us today at 601-286-3405. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey, certified, trusted, local.
Welcome back. Your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie as we begin this. And I was telling Odie I'd pulled up a story that I planned to talk about. Yesterday there was a shooting in America. It was in Rhode Island. It was at a skating rink. And basically all that really came out in the beginning was there was 2 people killed and at least 3 people injured. Well, as we would get into this, it is so much worse than we could imagine. It was a father at a skating rink turned on his entire family. He would shoot his wife, all of his children, and then turn the weapon on himself. And I believe, so the numbers don't add up there. His wife, one of his children have died, and the other two, I think, are in critical condition. Possibly some more people hit there in the thing. But they didn't tell you the rest of the story, as they say. And we're seeing this so many times over and over with this. And I won't go into details. I'm going to show you the picture. But this was a father.
It's almost self-explanatory.
Yeah, there it is. He was a she.
As they've said so many times, these people who have done that in years have come back and said that it was the worst decision they ever made. That what they did, they wish they would have never done it, gone through with it, and it had destroyed their lives. But yet we see a lot of our mainstream entertainment that push this type of activity on our young kids. And some schools are pushing this on our young kids. A lot of colleges are pushing this on our young kids. Remember yesterday we talked about deceit, and you'll never stand in front of God. And when you start deceiving people over their actual gender that God put them here as, I'm not going to tell you where you're going to go. Read the book. It'll tell you where you're going to go.
It's just the way that people try to manipulate what the real truth is what really is just, I think you ought to be held accountable. You probably are one day. But this is a mess. More and more, the last two school shootings have involved the same thing.
Yeah.
Of people that are struggling to figure out who, what, how, and when, and then they turn on others in their anger. So,
how did we make it through? All right, America's going to be 250 years old.
We're real close to that.
So this issue has only come out the last 25 years.
Probably
hard and heavy.
Yeah.
So how did we make it the last 225?
We had people like George Washington as how.
Oh, well, we didn't have all these people standing behind a desk or sitting behind a desk going, please sit down on my couch and let me talk to you about your issues.
Have you got a cigar there?
400, that's their pen, so I can write down all of your information on my notebook. So you're feeling squirrely, huh?
Well, there you go. You've lost all of your psychiatrists there. None of them want to wait on you now.
Well, they wasn't listening, no way, because we were always wrong.
I just But as I brought up the story just a few moments ago,
Dr. Whitley, I'm sorry, I still love you.
But the story that we talked about in our first show during the 6 o'clock hour, New York broadcasts 5 times a day an Islam prayer across the streets, and where it's saying that Allah is the only God and there are no other gods. That's being done in New York 5 times a day. Too many people have heard it. I listened to it, didn't know what I was hearing, but it's there.
Well, here's the thing. Ooh. What happens to y'all, you brought it on yourself. You've already been damaged by that group of people. They've already come in there and demolished your city, and you're still fighting that with your city because of all of the deaths and the cancer because of the building. And you allow this stuff to happen in your city.
I just didn't think that could happen in America. I didn't.
Then now you've got him and what's the old dude over there on the West Coast on that long piece of land?
Gavin.
Gavin,
Newsom.
That's upset because companies are going, we don't believe y'all believe in y'all anymore.
Well, the
and we're going to go to another state, and they're going, we need to pass a law that they can't do that.
Well, as I mentioned also in that early show, that the gas is already the highest in America, in California, and they're closing 2 refineries because they can't make a profit anymore because they're taxed and hit with this and hit with that. And they've got something proposed to where even if you were to leave the state and something of your product was to be shipped into California, you'd still have to pay state taxes.
I'd stop all sales to
it's going to end up to where they sneaking over to Nevada trying to get a pack of smokes because ain't nobody going to deliver it to them. It's like, you remember years ago when people in Mississippi run down to Louisiana to get a lottery ticket?
Yeah.
Y'all remember that? That's the way it's going to be. Have mercy. But
I remember when
California is so big, it's the land of opportunity. It's big. There's a lot of miles. Yeah.
Well, and there's so many boy, you hate to use that division, but there's so many Republicans out there, but they're outnumbered by 2 cities that don't understand
But, you know,
what
also
living
now-
is about in your own back pocket.
But Odie, there's also Republicans that vote the
That's
same
true.
way.
That's true.
It's to me, it's getting down to morals. Eric
don't
is
have
telling
that.
us 58-cent tax in Pennsylvania on gas.
Yeah.
Mississippi, as you know, they tried to convince you that they were going to reduce grocery taxes and then slapped it, moved it from A to B. Like the where's the
Yeah.
coconut thing?
Yep.
You didn't get any savings. It actually probably went up because you buy more gas.
Well, what was that hurricane that was up that way?
Was it visiting
Probably
or staying?
8 or 9 years old.
Oh, what way?
Or ago, up there towards New York, and it went through, and
I
and
couldn't.
it hit. It's not Sandy Hook. We know what Sandy Hook is. It's something like that. But anyway, they had no fuel. They had no nothing. Well, guess what we had down here in the South? We had fuel, and we said, "Hey, we care about y'all up there, so we're going to take fuel to y'all." So tankers lined up and was headed up north. Hurricane Sandy. That's what it was. It's
Sandy?
Hurricane Sandy. And so all of these gas companies from down south decided that they would load their tankers up and take fuel to them. They got halfway there, and New York goes, whoa, 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 whoa. Are y'all unionized? No, we're not unionized. Well, we don't want your fuel. Oh, okay.
That's
Y'all just don't go burn nothing. So they turned around, come back home, and they sat up there for no fuel for another long time.
doesn't make sense at all.
No.
We had a little fender bender yesterday. 3 cars piled up right there at the intersection of North Hill Street and Highway 39. Somebody was trying to pass by and get a good look at the old Winn-Dixie's location, I guess, which is soon to be, what is it,
Aldi.
That's not opened yet, from the best I can tell.
I don't think so. I like Aldi's.
I'm telling you, I miss Winn-Dixie already because they had them cakes. They had the whipped icing, and I ain't found a whipped icing quite like
Well,
it.
now, Amy's on side with you on that. She
That
gets
stuff.
so upset that these little cupcakes that she likes, you can't hardly find them. Yeah.
Todd Kemp's headed toward Texas at some point in his life and has realized that it gets higher the further west you go.
How many tanks you put in the back of that Jeep when y'all go out in the woods there, Todd?
There ain't no gas stations out there.
No.
We'll be right back. We got so much more to talk about. Shooting in Meridian yesterday. We're going to tell you all about it, as it was gunfire like you haven't seen in quite some time. We'll tell you about it next.
Yeah, our system went out at the worst possible time, so we called environment masters, and the technician came out pretty quickly. Did a lot of troubleshooting. He explained to me what the issue was, and it turned out it was an easy fix, and had us up pretty quickly.
Our technicians don't just pass a test and then go to work. We have continuous on-site training both on equipment and customer care. Our senior technicians each have decades of experience and are always available. There's literally nothing that our team hasn't seen, so you can trust we know what we are doing. That's hassle-free plumbing and AC.
Spring is here, grass is growing, and your mower, yeah, it's still not ready. Don't fight it another season. Head to Parrish Tractor for our Kubota Zero-Turn spring deals. Right now, you can get into a new Kubota Zero-Turn Z232 KW42 mower for just $5,299 or as low as $125 a month. More than a tractor store.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built in, are conveniently located.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie. Several ways to watch us, as I want to show you this. This is, if you go to YouTube, it'll look like this. There on the left-hand corner, you can click us. We're live right there. And if you wanted some Vern Gosling, you could go over there, or you could watch the Blacklist. That's good, too.
Oh, Blacklist is good. But now, we had somebody say we're not on Facebook Live. We are on Facebook, but Facebook did an update. And when they did that update, it kind of added a step that you've got to go through. So you've got your regular phone hooked up, and then you go to search Scotty Ray, and we're going to see if this thing will work. So when it comes up, it's going to show you a lot of different activity from Scotty Ray down below it. But that very first line you've got to click that too. Then that will take you to the Scotty Ray page, and then you can scroll down, and there we are live. So we're on there live, but because Facebook's update, now you have to search him, pull it up, click another one, and then you're on the page.
And we're getting to the point where a lot of people like to watch the live on YouTube. It's a lot of followers there. If you haven't signed up to that, do that. We're also on TikTok as well. If you want to follow us there, click and follow, and we'll get it to you.
Let's get this one here off of there. If somebody says, hey, follow us, we've got the real video, they don't. Please don't click it, because they'll go in there and they'll take all the information that you've got and copy your contacts, and if you got bank stuff on there, they'll get your banking information.
A hail of bullets rang out yesterday, and when I mean a hail, I don't even know how many. As I stood there, and we're going to show you pictures, in one scene in front of one house in the street, I counted 16 to 18 shell casings. Then closer up to the home, there was another 6, 8, 10 back down the street. Odie, in the end, after the smoke cleared, 4 houses in some shape, form, or way got struck by gunfire. 4 houses. Now, you could gently say it was 20 rounds fired. I think you could even probably go to 30. I want to say there were 2 cars involved in this, and it was a drive-by.
Shooting at 2 cars shooting at each other, or they were drive-by shooting the same place?
I think they were shooting the same place. There was a young man that was shot. I'm leaning toward, and again, police are investigating this, so we don't have, okay, this is the fact, this is what happened. This is what went down, and this is what we think was going on at the scene. We think it could have been they were targeting him, maybe. He was shot. He's going to be okay. And this would be right off 8th Street, just north of there, a few blocks. Let's take a look, Odie. Let's start at the still pictures, and we'll come back to the video there. This is police officers. Now, right in front of this car is going to be a lot of shell casings. Let me close that out where you can take a look here. The gang unit on standby there as they arrive at the scene. Each one of those represent a shell casing.
Wow.
And they're all over here in front of this officer. They go around here in front of the truck, and then they will go up towards that house as well. Now, as we look back, let me see. This house here had gunfire. This is when I first arrived. They were looking at this house, and all down through here there was gunfire. But this one definitely, and they were telling me the neighbors were that somebody had just moved into that house. And so the police were over here investigating that for a moment, and then everything switched to the right of me. As you can see, they're looking there, taking pictures of the damage on this home.
Yeah.
But that's not where the young man was struck. As we get here and we look here, it would be behind this line to where the juvenile was struck.
A juvenile.
A juvenile. And of course, yesterday was President's Day, so kids were out of school. And let me do this, and let me just go through this live here. I'm going to pull this up, and because it's a lot of talk, and I'm just going to show you stills as we look at this. They blocked the street off there once they discovered where that took place. Officer Washington, she's on it, putting up that yellow tape with us. And right there in front of that house, there was all the way up to the front door. There was shell casings included in that. And again,
those didn't come from a car.
No, sir, no, sir, no, sir. You had to jump out.
Had to be outside the car.
So it was a drive, jump out, do something.
Bum rush.
Yeah. But my oh my, it was a lot that went on there yesterday. But again, 4 houses struck. Now, to my knowledge, and I try to stay on this as tight as I can, there's been gunfire throughout the month of February, but nothing struck to my knowledge until now. So this marks our first confirmed something hit and a person hit in February.
Well, somebody had to have hit something with all those. Golly.
And as y'all well know, somebody could have lost their life in that. Fortunately, they didn't.
With kids out of school and juvenile hit.
Yeah.
That, man.
So if you heard this, and I'm telling you, for blocks away, people were calling, going, something is happening here. Send the police quick to our neighborhood, 44th Avenue. Right where Mr. Discount used to be?
45th.
45th, going toward 8th Street. If you take a right, you'd go up 6, 7 blocks and take a right, and that's where it happened. You take one
like
right.
You're going back towards College Park.
Yeah. And that's where it all happened there. Fortunately, no death, but my, oh my, that was a lot of gunfire for our little city there.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. What is that, Gray?
Yeah, Gray Cobb.
Drive-by, walk-by. They do have those. And you're right, Teresa, people used to hang out on 8th Street at night. You don't see that anymore.
Oh, I mean, that was our big thing. We stayed out there on every aspect, from McDonald's to Sonic to College Park to McDonald's to Sonic.
So that brings about the question.
Man.
Where did everybody move, or did everybody just quit? Because no one really hangs out in town in crowds like they used to with that cruising.
After
did they move?
After 8th Street, they moved to North Hills.
I don't see it there now, though.
And they stayed in North Hills for a couple of years, but then they left North Hills and just kind of, nobody hangs out like that anymore. Now you've got a couple little groups that may go out to the crossing, and
But it's
hey, if
nothing.
y'all gonna do that, pick up your trash. I mean, don't. You keep throwing your trash down, they're going to tell you to pack it up and leave.
When I was a teenager, even kids from other counties would make their way to Meridian to cruise 8th Street. It's gone, isn't it?
It's gone. Nothing like that. Kids nowadays don't know what that meant. Of course, we didn't have these. If you wanted to meet your friends, they're on 8th Street. They're going to be on 8th Street. And if you didn't want to hang out on 8th Street, you didn't try to drive down 8th Street on the weekend nights. You couldn't get there.
It was slow, and then you'd hear a little rubber burn every now and then.
But if our parents needed us, they couldn't call us on the phone. We didn't have one. They knew where to come. They'd come drive down 8th Street until they saw us, and we had a good, clean fun. Now, I mean, well, there are some problems. I'm sure every now and then there was a problem. You had that many kids, there was going to be something. There was a fight here and there, but nothing big. And for the most part, I mean, we didn't leave trash everywhere we went.
Little drag racing, huh? I think it was Chandler Road.
Well, no, that was Chandler Road, and on down to the Swamp Road. We did a little bit down there by Plant Sweat. Somebody did that down there by Plant
Never admit
Sweat.
to something you done 40 years ago. It'll come back and get you.
Yeah.
Now, when you know but you don't know, does that make sense?
Ooh, the sheriff got caught racing on 8th Street. Now, did you have your lights on, sir?
He started early. I was I dropped by Mickey D's yesterday afternoon out at Bonita. And I thought, well, this is a good place to sit back and watch the action as it's fixing to unfold.
Well, that's because they had a Chick-fil-A over there.
Off in the distance, I could see Taco Bell. Police would arrive. And then this would arrive. Let me just show you. I'm here at Mickey D's, and here it comes.
It's a ambulance.
It's the ambulance, and let me show you where it's going here. Straight on up to the Taco Bell doors. And, well...
And it's just a little gas.
I know, but we don't know all of the details of what went on. We had a female that would enter the store, Odie, and cause an argument of some sort. And the next thing you know, a can of mace was brought out and the employee. So the employee was taken to the hospital for being sprayed with the stuff in their eye. And again, she looked okay, but I'm sure that doesn't feel good at all. It cannot feel good.
Oh, no, it don't feel good.
Now,
it sticks with you for a while.
Right. Now, what we don't know is what transpired in there. I don't know who said or what she said or why she said it. But we do know that one employee was sprayed, and they were taken for observation to the hospital. We do know that much. But disagreements, arguments, boy, they get out of hand quickly, and that one escalated that. Now, the person who did this left before police arrived. So if you were in the area and saw a car screaming away from there, they probably had a little something to do with that.
Now we've got another sheriff that got caught racing on North Hills.
Who was that?
Anthony.
Anthony got caught too? Was he riding with Tom?
Was Joe racing each other?
Maybe he was in his booster seat.
Two sheriffs, both of them racing.
Anthony would have been a baby.
Starting young.
All I remember
Ward,
was...
what did you do?
I remember being with Bubba in his 79 Ford, and everybody's going to remember this big orange. That thing, you could see it a country mile, and it didn't have brakes. And somehow or another, you had to gear it down in between each red light to make it stop. Because you couldn't keep brakes on a 79 Ford. If anybody's ever owned one, you know what I'm talking about. 5-speed in the floor. Granny gear.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Bubba gave them heck. Back in the day.
We need to know what Billy Siley and Ward Calhoun did.
Oh, let's see.
or if they'll even own up to it.
8th Street. That was the days.
Oh man, it was so many memories made on 8th Street. Sam, I don't know how many of y'all remember Sam that walked up and down 8th Street.
I don't know Sam.
Man, that was some good old days.
As we go to MCC to the parking lot, this little fellow was found over there. If this is your pup, we got somebody that's taking care of him. He's a cute little fellow there.
Yeah.
If he's not claimed, I think they'll take care of him just to be on the safe side, make sure he gets a good home there. But he was found yesterday. A little bit of things going on there. We're going to be right back as we keep your morning going right along. Put a smile on. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Parker's Wholesale, located on I-59 South at Exit 80. Easy to find. Huge building. They're loaded up with toys, all your seasonal items. It's clean, it's neat, it's easy to shop. They got gloves, they got bolts of material for the people that want to redo stuff. They got plumbing, electrical, hunting items, fishing items, everything for all your needs. Go by and see them, Parker's Wholesale.
At Pettit Jewelers in Philadelphia, Mississippi, trust Nicole with your priceless heirloom jewelry. With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, daybeds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. It's people were bringing up cruising. I don't know if you know.
Now Joey, he did try to bring this back, and I've got a shirt too. And Joey, are shirts still available or something else? But there is a Facebook page, Old 8th Street Cruisers.
Yeah.
And I tried to get that back in 2020. Maybe it was COVID that pushed it back. Maybe we need to do that again. Bring out all the original 8th Streeters.
Michelle said there's people
back.
she remembers from their cars, and that's it.
Yeah. Now Michelle and I used to play a lot of pool back in the day.
Do y'all remember?
She was good.
Clifford from Portable that had the 62 or 64 Impala. What thing was beautiful? That black Impala. Woo!
Southern style. That's what it is, Daniel. Yeah, it's now Southern style cruisers. We didn't have the Glock problem back here, Bob.
Yeah, it was a lot calmer there.
Yeah, but yeah, that might be a reason.
Brooks and Dunn have a song that basically describes that. Hillbilly Deluxe, racing from red light, put the smell good on. Hillbilly Deluxe, black pickup trucks.
A lot of pool.
You know, as we look back, there's several people, celebrities that are having birthdays today. We just can't overlook this. It's just Hal Holbrook. Do you know him?
Yes.
He had such a Southern accent.
That's right.
And if I'm right, he was married to Dixie Carter.
That's correct.
But one of the best movies that he ever played in was Fletch Lives. Do y'all remember Fletch Lives?
Fletch was good.
And of course, he played the attorney in there, and then the vase that had his mama's ashes in it. He played that part good when he threw mama's ashes. Not my mama.
You had Fletch, and then Fletch Lives, and I think that's all they did, wasn't it? Was the two?
Maybe so.
But that was good.
And it was the Farnsworth Ministries, if you remember,
Yes.
all that toxic.
Yes.
He got,
man.
Jim Bob showed you problem. Just go right ahead. And you know, he had hemorrhoids. That's funny.
Man.
I don't care who you are. This guy, I think.
Al.
Yeah, this is just Al. You see a flannel shirt and a beard, you think, well, that's Al.
That's Al.
He was always there to straighten out whatever Tim boo-booed. And he had those pretty women that were the helpers there on the show.
Sure did.
Did you ever watch In the Line of Fire with Clint Eastwood?
I did.
And what about, what was the show?
Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon. And then Major League. I think she was in Major League.
She was, because the catcher, what his name, fell in love with her. And that was one movie we had on the ship when I was in the Navy, and for some reason we played that a lot.
I thought it was going to be Under Siege, where she jumped out the cake.
I was out by the time that come along.
Gotcha. That was a good movie, though. Lou Diamond Phillips.
Oh, man.
Maybe you remember him from La Bamba.
Yep.
Maybe you remember him from, the Western there? Longmire. He was in that, had a big part in Longmire.
Didn't really get into the Longmire.
Ooh, love me some Longmire.
La Bamba was a good movie.
So that happened today. Who else was it? This guy. You can't beat him. Larry, the cable guy.
Larry, the cable guy.
He made a career basically out of nothing. Food and what was that?
Yeah.
Awful
Forgive
movie?
me, Lord, and then pick me's over and.
Yeah, that's what he would say. This is so hard to believe. This was 1984, and
wow.
The girls loved it because you got to get Footloose. Can y'all believe that was 1984?
Yeah. Oh, he did play in Young Guns. What's his name?
Yeah, Lou Diamond Phillips.
Yeah, Lou Diamond Phillips. Yeah.
Time flies with us there. Let's see here. Oh, did you remember when they said they weren't going to do that anymore because people were opening medicine on cabinets?
Yeah, wasn't it
cyanide that they were putting in those capsules?
It was Tylenol that actually went through it, and that's where you got the sealed top from. And that was a good movie.
This?
Yes.
Odie, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, well then you don't know if it was a good. That was a good movie. Y'all know that was.
Anybody that says, "Hey, dude," I really don't watch.
And now you know who that is. On the right.
Let me pull it back up. Who?
All right, that's the one that played in that. I can't even think of his name now.
I have no clue, Odie. I don't know these people.
Yeah, you know him. The dark-headed one.
That's not what's his name from the phone booth thing, is it? And it was drove the bus. Colin, somebody.
Well, that was the movie.
Is that his name, Colin?
Colin was in the back. His name was Rufus in the movie. What's the guy's name that he played in them shoot 'em out movies? Keanu Reeves.
Oh, you're talking about with the puppy dog where they took his
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Keanu Reeves that was in that movie. That's him on the right.
Glad he made some life.
John Wick, that was it. Awesome movie.
Yeah, that was good.
All of them. I think there's 4 or 5 of them.
It's a whole heap of them.
They're good.
Yeah, one of our heroes there. Y'all remember him?
Yeah.
Got a love bigger than the bills. Joe Diffie doesn't get any better than that. Believe it or not, Hank actually got a divorce back in 1990.
Which one?
2007. He had several marriages there that didn't work out for him there. And we would lose one of the greatest voices that was ever on radio.
Man, I tell you what.
Rush Limbaugh.
Kathleen, his wife back there behind him. And I think his cat's name was Pumpkin.
Didn't know that.
But the EIB network behind the golden EIB microphone.
Karina, you're right. The Replacement, and who was that said Bob, The Replacements? He played in both of those.
And then Kiana played in Breaking Point,
which was with Patrick Swayze.
With Patrick Swayze, yep.
But isn't there a little guy named Colin that was in the movie where he answered the phone booth thing, and it was a guy, and he goes, "You can't move. You got to stand here and talk to me."
Oh, yeah.
The phone booth or something.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell or
Colin Farrell, that's exactly right. He answered the phone, and of course the police surrounded him and everything else. Hang the phone up, get out, and he's like, I can't leave the phone. But yeah, that was pretty good. That was a thriller.
Interesting concept on things that go on.
I miss Rush too. I remember the Rush room when I got out of the Navy and started getting into politics. That's
and he rarely ever had guests, and there at the end he didn't. Yeah, he had an entertaining voice, and liked it his way. He was good at what he did.
He was real good, and definitely raised money for a lot of the military causes.
Yeah, he did.
Man,
we'll be right back.
Those LS tractors are rolling in to Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 in Miscellaneous. Keith and the gang will have a LS tractor that fits your needs, from a professional end of it, or maybe it's just deer plots that you need a tractor for. Starting at a 26 horsepower, 40 horsepower, or even larger. Don't forget to ask about that 0% financing as well. Parts, a new tractor, or a tall tale. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494 in Collinsville. Call them at 626-8759. That's Freeman Tractor. Rockhouse Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North, is ready for spring. From weed eaters to push and riding lawnmowers, and one of the largest selections you'll find in chainsaws, along with power tools and generators for backup power. Maybe you're in the market for a TV or maybe a guitar. And not to mention a large selection of diamond rings and Louis Vuitton purses. The Rockhouse Gun and Pawn even has a private lobby for your pawns for confidentiality. Visit them today, Highway 19 North, Rockhouse Gun and Pawn. The Scotty Ray Report studio is sponsored by Environment Masters, providing hassle-free heating and cooling, plumbing, and electrical services since 1957, and now serving Meridian homeowners.
On a hot day chasing crime in Meridian, to make a man thirsty, there's no better way than an ice-cold Coca-Cola to quench your thirst.
Or an ice-cold Diet Coke if you prefer that flavor.
No matter where you're at, stop by a local store and support that store and Meridian Coca-Cola. They're supporting us every day.
Reaction time is a second and a half to get your hand there when you're trying to get there.
Yeah.
We had a boo-boo out by Judge T's store yesterday. Wasn't horrible, but it did slow up traffic there, as we'll see here. We got one truck sitting in the road, and then we're going to see a little, I think this is maybe a Toyota, sitting here that's got a dent or two, sitting right out in the middle there.
At least it wasn't real bad. Ooh.
It has.
You're going to need another door.
And I forgot to show everybody. I didn't hit the right button there. We had a Ford. Let me back this up. We had a Ford truck involved in this, and then as you go back to where we were there, that's where we were.
Yeah, at least. Oh well. All right, got a whole nother thing. I just got totaled out because of your airbag.
Yep, it's a goner. Yeah. So that happened yesterday out near Judge T's, and then I left from there and I went out to Okatibbee. It was a great day for people fishing and, well, sometimes for flying.
Not fly fishing.
I pulled up and I saw Odie, and I said, Odie, I don't see a wreck anywhere. He goes, yeah, there he is. And I said, I don't see it. I looked all in the road, the ditch, there was nothing. And then, what was it, 50 feet, 75? I said,
well, it's over there.
We would... it was all the way at the rear of the house, through one chain link fence, all the way through the back there. And basically, the car left the roadway and went flying. As you can see, it stopped way back there. Here's the roadway and went whoosh.
Well, Bruce was wanting to cut that grass down through there. And so I called him and I said, hey, over here at your house. Yeah. I said, somebody went through your fence. What? Yeah. And the last time I called him, somebody had drove into the Masonic Lodge there on Highway 19. And he's like, you're going to have to quit calling me with this.
You have a tendency for people not to want to talk to you.
Text you.
We got to say congratulations to the Limbaugh boys. They are champions there, soccer champs. Congratulations.
Yeah, that is awesome. Yeah, 4A division champions.
Always good to be winners, and we're proud of you. So
they deserve a trophy.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. They sure do. 54,000 square feet has started, Odie. Let me show you a picture.
Well,
UWA.
They're getting there. Look at that. What they building? They're building a building just for Dr. Brown.
For his retirement party.
Yeah.
54,000 they're gonna squeak. Student union building there, renovation there is what they're redoing there. Around $23 million being invested in that, Odie. That's a lot as they put that forth there. UWA, great college. Hope you can check them out sometimes if you're looking for that 4-year anniversary, a 4-year school. They can help you.
And it is in Alabama, and we are in Mississippi, but if living right here in Lauderdale County, if you go to UWA, that is just like having in-state tuition. You don't get a hike up on that. So they are open for us as well.
We have to bring this up because it is still top of mind awareness. The Guthrie family, the mother that is missing, we're in week 3.
Week 3, yeah.
From what I understand yesterday, they have cleared the family from anything. Am I right?
They did. I don't know. I'm not saying the family did it. I don't know, but it's almost just to really clear it.
But didn't the sheriff say that?
But the sheriff did come out and say that he has cleared
the
entire family.
The daughter that's on the Today Show still pleads and putting out regular videos to the kidnappers. They believe she's still alive. Odie, I'm being pessimistic maybe, but I'm leaning toward this long into this.
Well, if you've got,
and I hope I'm wrong,
got a connection, you can say, hey, I need this medicine, and get it and not have it in her name. Give her the medication she needs. But my deal is, why do you want to keep someone longer than what you absolutely have to? And if she was still with us, you would think that they would continue to give ransom
updates,
demands,
a picture.
Saying, hey, we need this. I just, man, that's tough. I hate that. Prayers for the family, because that's got to be the most heartening thing that they're going through. It's got to be terrible.
I don't have the video, but y'all should look this up. And I double checked myself. It's Japan. Have you seen this about the monkey?
I have not.
It's a little monkey that's in the zoo that, for whatever reason, his mama has done away with him and walked off.
Oh.
And the little fella, somebody gave him a stuffed monkey. And the little monkey is walking around with the stuffed monkey, and he's sleeping with the monkey at the zoo. It is really the cutest thing I think I've ever seen. And again, it's not my video, so I won't play it for that reason. But cute as all get out. As we look at this, let me see if there's an image anywhere. Here it is, the top left up there. That little fella there, he's been dragging that.
That's his little buddy.
There he is right there with it as well.
I mean, that's a big monkey he's got to tote around. They couldn't get him one they could carry easy.
But it is absolutely the cutest thing I have ever seen of a little fella there. That boy pulls his heartstrings there, done lost his mommy, and all he's got's a stuffed animal.
And that goes to show the power of a stuffed animal. And continue to thank Meridian Moose Lodge. They just gave some to Meridian Police Department, but we've got the little stuffed mooses that we give out to little kids because it does touch a heart. Man, that's awesome.
It calms a situation, does it not?
It does. It gives them something to just hold on to.
So that was in the news worldwide.
James, he does have a monkey fetish. After he went and chased some of them down a little while over there, he's kind of got stuck on monkeys.
There is a picture from, I don't know, 3-4 years ago. I forget what event I went to, but they had a monkey there, and the monkey climbed up on my shoulder. That popped up the other. Where were we at?
We were downtown.
It's something.
And then we ended up going around the corner. Golly, what was it? But yeah, that little monkey.
We have a, let's see, this is still missing to our knowledge, his car from yesterday. If you haven't seen that yet, report that if you happen to bump up on it. We got a car that was stolen in the area. And a few other wrecks this is the Texas turnaround. Things that go bump in the middle of the night tend to happen there.
Yeah.
Here's one of those that happened this weekend right there at the Texas turnaround. 2-car involvement there. no major injuries, but boy, it sure slowed up traffic there and got the police to come out and hubba, hubba, hubba. Be careful those areas. We had another accident by Wendy's.
Ooh.
And that there may have been some language that shouldn't have been used.
Wait a minute, by Wendy's?
Yes, 22nd Avenue. So I held my ears so I couldn't hear those words. And we watched here as this slight argument had broken out.
Yeah, okay, that's the old grocery store right there going on to North Frontage Road.
You got the Shell station right here.
Going back east, yeah.
Right over here is Wendy's, and then straight getting on I-20. Right. But had a little boo-boo there, and those things happen. And I know anger can happen when you have a wreck, but keep in mind it's just an accident. Any car can be replaced or fixed. Replaced sometimes, but
that's why we have insurance.
That's right. It ain't worth arguing over.
Exactly.
It ain't gonna get you nowhere. You don't gain anything by doing that. You ever seen anything up Lake Michigan? I saw this on Daily Mail and it caught my eye, Odie. A ship that sank 150 years ago has not been seen for 150 years ago. They've gotten to the bottom, Lake Michigan, and this is what it looks like. Look at that.
That'd be a good dive.
Sank in 1872.
Wow.
Do you pronounce that Lac La Belle?
That's what we'll do it.
And it wasn't a real pretty boat. I don't know why they chose to find that boat. All I think it had was some whiskey and some
Come on.
But Odie, if you're going to spend all this time searching for a boat, at least look for one that's got gold on it.
Yeah, but it is cool to dive.
Oh, it's very cool.
Like that. And if you want to scuba dive, go to our Limbaugh Public Safety Divers Facebook page, and you might be able to find a way to get yourself certified to dive. Mm-hmm. Yeah, go over and check it out.
There you go. There.
I'm gonna get you diving.
Oh, no, you're not.
You'll have the air and all that stuff.
Nip, ain't going there. Nip it in the bud right there in the beginning. I'm not a waterman. There's people who do that, and I'm not one of them.
You're not real good on top of the water, but you might be all right under.
Nope. Not doing that either. I'm not saying I'd be claustrophobic, but I ain't doing it. If it involves any way I could drown, ain't doing it. So I take showers.
Just bring back a picture.
I do not do bathtubs. I do showers. You ask my wife, I'm very, and you don't mess with, I'm one of those that, about somebody trying to throw you in a pond, it'll get ugly really quick. I don't play games with none of that.
So you don't even like the drain to get stopped up?
No, sir. I don't do bathtubs. I do showers. I have a real, I don't know what the word is, fear or affliction when it comes to water. There ain't no coming back from that. So I stay away from that.
Karina, go to our Facebook, or you go to my Facebook page. There's a link on there. Go check it out.
Let's see here. They had a surfing legend that got murdered in Costa Rica. He was 66. His girlfriend was 31. She was zip-tied up. I ain't saying he was dating a woman half his age, but...
Man, you didn't have to.
What is that? Well, Robert Duvall's wife was, I think, was she 40 or was she 60? She could have been 40. Was she younger? A lot. Major. He didn't have any children.
No, I didn't know that.
He apparently couldn't have children. I think they tried over and over. He wanted a son, but never had one. Well, there you go. We got more of the way. We're going to do birthdays next. If you hadn't gotten your birthday to us, do so now because we're going to do them next.
Yeah.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Heblon Heating and Air Conditioning to save the day. We can keep you comfortable with special savings for your home, like up to $3,000 off new HVAC systems or a tune-up for just $69. Keep the power on with a generator. Get $200 off installs and 0% financing for 60 months. We do it all at Heblon Heating and Air Conditioning and offer financing options for any repair or installation. Call for a free quote or visit us online at HeblonHeatingandCooling.com.
For over 40 years, you've been able to count on Watt Equipment in DeKalb, Mississippi. They've got your Massey Ferguson's brand new 23 up to 135 horse cab and air tractors. They've got all your hay equipment needs, all your bush hogs. If your tractor needs it, they got it. Also remember, they service all makes and models, whether it's green, orange, blue, red, or yellow. They can get your parts in, they can do your service on your equipment. Don't forget Watt Equipment, DeKalb, Mississippi.
Welcome back. Scotty Ray along with Odie on this early Tuesday morning as your day gets underway. There's a list. I don't know, and I'm sure there are people that keep up with this, of how many people have resigned over the last few weeks or week dealing with this Epstein file thing. That newest batch that came out listed a whole bunch of people and it left people scrambling. There's a list, even under Woody Allen being on the list, that that does not shock me.
No, that did not
He's
at
a
all.
strange little fellow there.
Yeah, he always was.
Bono, John Bolton, Todd Blanche, Joe Biden. But, you know, I dug through all of this list, and you know what you're not going to find on there? Anybody like...
There's no Trump on there?
Trump's on there.
Oh, okay.
But what you're not going to find is Hank Williams Jr. or any... They just don't hang out with people like that. It's just weird. Hank ain't on there. I double checked it. My heroes have always been cowboys. They're just. This is a sad situation, y'all. And will we ever know all the truth? Nothing but the truth? Probably not.
No.
They went as far, in my opinion, and this is again opinion, to make sure that man would never talk. We'll leave it at that. So there you go. What do we got when it comes to birthdays today?
We've got one. Miss Ann said Doyle McKee had his birthday on the 12th. Doyle, sit back, relax, get you a nice little glass with a couple of ice cubes in it and a good cigar, and enjoy today for the 12th, since we didn't bring it up then. I like old Doyle. But here we go, birthdays today. Josh Todd's got a birthday.
Wow.
And he's got to work today. So
well, there you go.
Tyler Fitzgerald, Marcus Wayne, Peggy Sue Joyner, Jennifer Moles, Brooklyn Davis turns the big 15, and Gray Cobb's got birthdays today. So hopefully we didn't miss any. Courtney Williamson Griffith had a birthday yesterday. So hopefully we got them all. It's kind of tough to catch all the names. And then when everybody starts commenting, which we like, it makes all the comments go faster.
You got to read faster, Odie.
Yeah, it's hard to get to sometimes. A happy birthday to each one of y'all.
Yes, sir, Bob.
Hope you have a wonderful day today.
Don't forget, NAS Meridian will be in town today.
1:30 at Dumont Plaza, the big press conference concerning Wings Over Meridian. First time Blue Angels have been back here in 15 years. This is, I'm telling you, a huge thing. Man, this is going to be great. They have done a lot to it to get this developed, and they're going to tell us all about it this afternoon at 1:30 at Dumont Plaza. If you can make it, please be there. Rachel Malone's got a birthday today. Woo-hoo. Happy birthday.
As we get ready to depart, each and every day we do this, and sometimes this is probably the only message someone gets, and we want to make sure it's always good. Yeah. You got a Bible verse
we
for us?
got one, because remember we met that lady one day outside in the parking lot and asked her, said, do you like the Bible verse?
Yeah, I remember that.
And she said, you know what? That may be the only time somebody hears the word of God. And so I said, well, you know what? We're going to do a verse every day. And today we're going to go to...
You don't think I can read that, do you?
I'm sorry, I hadn't... Habakkuk? I don't remember that book.
It's there, though, somewhere.
It's there, though. I just hadn't studied it. Habakkuk 2, verse 14. Y'all can see I don't study these things. For the earth will be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord as the waters cover the sea. You know, he's given us our rule book. And when he comes back, he's going to bring his knowledge. But his knowledge is already here. All we've got to do is read about it, learn about it, and we'll have the knowledge. He wants us to be like him. He made us in his image. And all we've got to do is follow him so we can live everlasting in the kingdom of heaven with him. Man, y'all have a wonderful day. We love you. We'll be back for Hump Day tomorrow. Eat all your stuff today that's not good for you. So tomorrow you can start that Lent season.